stream?
Yeah, Maniko.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good, good. I'm happy on
Yes,
that.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ma. If you want to step out, you're free to
Yes,
go.
sir. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you for joining, Ma. Okay. Using in the organization. So, I repeat, over a period of time, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google had introduced a concept called cloud. What is cloud? They introduced an environment where they set up all the servers as per your need. What are the servers? We have two type of operating system. One is Windows Home and the other one is Windows Servers. Right? How many of you know Windows Server? Kiddos, this is an interactive session. It's not one way silo. How many of you know there is an operating system called Windows
No,
Server?
sir. No, sir. No idea
No,
about
sir.
that.
No, sir.
Oh my goodness. Nobody knows there is something called Windows Server? Okay.
No, sir.
When you have to implement a .NET application or any web application, you have to install that as part of server. It doesn't work if you try to host that as part of a Windows Home version, which means that that server is having additional capabilities to render your application as part of the web application cycle. What is that called? IIS, Internet Information Services. That provides instances to release the. Which point do you want me to repeat, Chandrakant? Unmute yourself, dear. Okay, Windows Server. What is Windows Server? Windows operating system has two variants. Variant number one is Windows Home, which we all use on our personal systems and college. And the other one is Windows Server. When it comes to Windows Server is capable to render web applications like .NET, Java. Java is again a Sun certified software, but whereas .NET is Windows certified and it runs on top of Windows. When it comes to deploy a web application, you need to have something called IIS, .NET web applications. When it comes to Java, it is completely different cycle. I'm not so familiar because I am completely onto Microsoft Stream. So when it comes to web application, what happens is they require something called IIS, Internet Information Services, to deploy the web application, to host the web application, to expose to internal and external persons in the organization, persons of the organization. So that requires additional capabilities as just we discussed. Now, what happened is the cloud technology, what they do is they will ask you what type of Windows server. Even the server has various versions 2003, 2005, 2008, 2010. They have introduced all the 2022 is what it is running today, I believe, Windows Server. So they are keep on upgrading their servers. But imagine if we have to maintain everything, it is cumbersome and very hard to maintain internally. So the cloud technologies is giving you option to host a server as per your need. That is called cloud. So as we name our baby, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google also named their own babies Microsoft named their baby as Office 365. What is that? Office 365. And Amazon named their baby as Amazon Web Services or Amazon Cloud. And Google named their baby as Google Cloud. Okay? Any questions so far?
Got it, sir.
Got it, sir.
So we are getting familiar on Microsoft Cloud, which is Office 365. Office 365 is a very, very, very large umbrella. Under that umbrella, we have various elements. Excuse me. We have various elements. What are those various elements? Office 365 has Azure. Office 365 has Power Platform, CRM, and many more. Many more. Okay. So here, two important aspects we will discuss are Azure. Under Azure, we will discuss something called Azure Active Directory because we need to control or manage permissions of our Power Platform. And we will also discuss few aspects of CRM, which is we call it as Dataverse, the database for Power Platform, and we will thoroughly discuss about Power Platform and the four pillars of Power Platform. Any questions?
Sir, can you repeat the what we had discussed about Office 365, sir, from Azure?
From Azure, we will explore or we will learn little in depth on Azure Active Directory because Azure Active Directory is the one which hosts all the users into that, and from there only you will get access and your account credentials which will be maintained by Azure Active Directory or Azure admin team. Is that something clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Sorry. What is Active Directory? Active Directory is a repository where the admin team will maintain a list of all the associates in the organization, which means if there is a new associate coming to the organization, the first step every organization does is they will create a account for that resource to enter into the resources of organization, meaning like intranet portal and all the other various websites they need to get access onto, which means that leave application and timesheet application, all the applications internally the organization is using. So Azure or Active Directory or a regular Active Directory plays a very key role to get access onto the resources of the organization. And coming back to the main agenda of this entire training course is Power Platform. What is Power Platform and why we have to learn how it is going to add value to our career or our growth. Today's world is running on smart technology. What do you mean by smart technology? Today's world expecting everything to be in their hand because every one of us using smartphone and smartphone has capability to run apps on that, be it a gaming app, be it a useful app, be it a banking app. We have everything in our hand. Having said that, if I ask you to sit back and do work at your desk every time, is not going to be an appreciable task. People are expecting to accomplish their work while they are traveling, while they are doing their personal work, while they are meeting other people, whether it is physically or virtually. Meaning, nobody is interested to sit back and do their job to accomplish their goals. As part of that, Microsoft had introduced a platform called Power Platform. In this, the main objective is mobility. The main objective is make users experience better, and users experience is more interactive or intuitive to accomplish their job. How are we going to do that? By using four pillars of Power Platform. Okay, what are those? The first pillar is called Power Apps, and the second pillar is called Power Automate, and the third pillar is called Power BI, and last but not least is Power Virtual Agent. Let us see what is what. Power Apps is to generate or create web based applications. Hang on. Why web based? We just discussed as mobile, right? Yes. It is a web based interface, but the apps or the components which we create using Power App can be executed from any device. It could be a web on top of a desktop, or it could be from your phone, or it could be from your tablet. Any device you can run as long as you install a app called Microsoft Power Apps as part of your iOS or Android app store. And this is the one which is to streamline the approval process and business process. What do you mean by that? Is take an example of student registration. What are the steps involved in student registration? First step is to create a profile to student. Who is the student? What is his name? What is his gender? What is his age? Which stream he is joining, whether he is joining to MSc or MCA. Once that is done, what is next? Assigning resources to the student. Is he uh, require any device in the lab? If so, who is going to be the in charge for that? And next one is we need to assign some particular extracurricular activities, meaning like preparing for seminars, delivering seminars, all the other activities. So this involves multiple stages or multiple steps. We need to pass the dice from one place to another place, which is called business process or enrollment process. When it comes to IT, that calls as business process. When it comes to small scale or simple vocabulary in the student life, we call it as registration process. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Good.
No, sir.
Yes.
And that is called Power Automate to streamline your process. The Power BI is a powerful tool to generate reports out of the data. Okay, we have launched the application, we are doing everything very, very good, but who is going to give the reports, who is going to generate an interactive report out of the data we got captured over a period of time. There must be a reporting tool. Uh, Remember, students, in an IT industry, when you start capturing the data, one day or the other, everybody expect you to generate statistics out of it, which is in turn also called reporting. That is one which helps you to slice and dice your data like the way you want, which is called Power BI. What is slicing and dicing? To divide the data like the way the end user wanted to see the data out of the massive amount of records. And last but not least is Power Virtual Agent. What is the significance of this Power Virtual Agent? Power Virtual Agent is to help user to interact without user being communicating with a real human. What does that mean? I don't want to appoint a particular resource to give the basic information. I don't know whether you guys got a chance or not. These days, when you go to any banking website, you are going to get one small icon on on right bottom screen, which says like, how could I help you? When you click on that, it start asking you questions, and you can you can provide your answers, and it will start interacting with you with some more questions to help you to start your job on that website. These days, most of the websites are introducing that virtual agent. The virtual agent is to help you to familiarize on the website, or is to help you to give the required guidance to accomplish the job you wanted to perform on their website. Power Platform also introduced something called Power Virtual Agent. This Power Virtual Agent is going to help you to create a bot. What is a bot? It is a non-human interactive environment where the system get trained to answer your questions based on the artificial intelligence. It creates the system in such a way that the basic questions are answered. If the questions are advanced, sorry, if the questions are advanced, it will forward you to the respective team so that you will get all the help what you are looking while accomplishing job on their website. That is all about Power Platform and the four pillars of Power Platform. We are going to learn Power Apps heavy, Power Automate also. We will learn how to implement some flows we in turn call flows or Power Automate artifacts, and we will create some reports using Power BI, and we'll just touch upon Power Virtual Agent depending on the time we have in hand. Any questions so far?
Sir, sir,
Go ahead, Manoj.
yes, could you please explain about Power Automate by using an example? What do you mean by workflows in that?
Very good. Power Automate is to automate your process, automate your business flow. What exactly that means? In an IT industry, nothing is granted. Everything requires a proper approval life cycle. What exactly that means? If I want to go on a vacation, I have to submit something called leave application. When I submit a leave application, what is the next step? My immediate lead had to approve, and then manager had to approve. If the leave period is a longer leave period, especially when it comes to women's case, when they are planning for a maternity leave, it is going to be more than 2 to 3 months. It requires business unit level permission also, which means how many permissions we are expecting here? Three: team lead, followed by manager, followed by business unit. Along with that, it goes to next level called HR approval, because when the resource is on a longer medical leave or maternity leave, all the privileges or all the accesses, whatever they have, had to be disabled. So HR had to initiate a process of revoking their permissions. How much process involved in this? Who is going to capture everything is performed as per the process defined? That element is Power Automate. It has to first trigger a approval email to team lead, followed by manager, followed by business unit manager, followed by HR. Finally, it has to send a message to the resource stating that whether it is approved by lead or not, whether it is approved by manager or not, approved by senior manager or not, what HR comments, everything had to be interactively updated back to the resource. Imagine this process need to be done manually, means every time one person had to write down that email stating that, hi Krishna, your long medical leave has been approved by technical lead. Mr. Sai had approved it, and now it is waiting for your manager Pallavi to approve. Once Pallavi approves, who is the next level? Divakar has to approve. Once Divakar has approved, the next level Sairas need to approve. So this is a manual or clerical work to be done manually. So this entire process can be streamlined with the help of Power Automate, which wait for next approval and it just triggers actions as per the need. Actions slash mails as per the process. Is that clear, Manoj?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you so much.
No problem. You're welcome. Good question, though. Any questions before we go on to the next topic, kiddos?
No, sir.
Very good.
No, sir.
The next aspect is how it is going to help us in our academic career and also in IT career. Remember, the world is running with the speed of light. If you wake up yourself and run with the community or industry, then only you will be applauded. If you are behind, nobody will appreciate and nobody will support you. People will just push you back and they will run. So we should always be ahead of the game and stand at the curve of the technology. So having said that, Power Platform is a leading technology or current advanced technology in the IT market. Imagine if you are coming with this technology when you are stepping into the market, you will be a required resource in their organization. If you have accomplished a project, means that you are ahead of the game and you are good to adapt new technology. That is something you are presenting without your knowledge. Okay, give me 1 minute, guys. So, so what we are learning Power Platform, which means that we are learning cutting edge technology and we are making ourselves familiar with the new technology in the market. So what we are learning Power Platform. Power Platform is leading today and we wanted to be adopt to the new technology to make ourselves at the beginning of the line rather than at the end of the line. Got it? Why are we learning Power Platform or Power Apps? Any questions so far? క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటే అడగాలమ్మా ఎందుకంటే మీకు కన్ఫ్యూజన్తో ఉంటే యూ వుడ్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు లెర్న్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఓకే గుడ్
Got it.
ఓకే first thing we all have to understand is to get into this environment we have to have some default artifacts. This is how a Power App environment or web tool looks like. To get into this, the very first thing we need is Office 365 tenant. What is a tenant? Tenant is a very big bucket. You will have to subscribe or you will have to get into to start working on Power Platform or start working on Office 365 technologies. Okay, I'm going to stop it here today. Tomorrow we will learn what is a tenant, how to subscribe to a tenant, what are the various subscriptions in tenant we can create and which subscription work what way. We will learn all those things tomorrow. I request you to coordinate with other students who are not able to join today and also make them aware that once we start the tenant creation and start working on that, they will run behind. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And few
Yes,
things,
sir.
few things I wanted from you guys are the first artifact we require is a Hotmail account. And the second artifact we need from you is better internet. Because if I start doing it and start explaining it, if you run out of your bandwidth, you would not be able to understand what we are doing. Okay. Third and last thing I request from you is try to be in a place where nobody bothers you or no disturbance when you speak. These are the three things I'm expecting from you. Okay, is that something promisable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how could you create a Hotmail account? Go to Hotmail login, go here. It is by default taking me. It will let you sign in. Go to sign in or create a free account. Create a free account. Here you can provide your email format, whatever you wanted to create, and select Hotmail and create a Hotmail account. Those who are not able to create, please text me on WhatsApp. I am there in that group. I can help you if you see any challenges. Email creation is straight and very easy. So do not waste your time on this because tomorrow I'm going to show you how you can configure your tenant with Hotmail. Why Hotmail? Unfortunately, the Office 365 tenant expect your email to be either Hotmail or Outlook. Your Gmail account is not recognized, cannot be recognized in Microsoft. As you know, Gmail is from Google, so it doesn't support. They expect you to create a account in Microsoft umbrella. So Microsoft support two formats. One is outlook.com, the other one is hotmail.com. So go ahead and create a email account with any one of these two, and I request one of you to organize all those email accounts into an Excel and send it to me. That Excel, probably a Google Drive share. Second thing is, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask your questions. If you don't have questions, you are good to leave the class.